we are going to talk about something that is small, but that makes a difference. Your authentic creativity. Welcome back. If bees go extinct, we lose a third of our food supply. If plankton die off, the ocean collapses. If fungi disappear, forests stop regenerating. The smallest things hold the world together, but they're being poisoned by pesticides, pollution, and profit-driven destruction. Saving nature means saving the little things too. The same life force energy that makes all of this, that makes me, that makes the sun shine, made us. So we are made of that same life force, of that same creative energy. And it lies here in the body. We are at the same time the art and the artists. But our bodies, like the earth, because she and us are the same, have gone through so much violence, with so much extraction without consent, with oppression and repression, whether that be physically, emotionally, spiritually. So this feeling of that creative force, this creative energy in you that lives in the body, that knows it's belonging here, it's hidden somewhere where the body feels very uncomfortable because it needed to hide that part. When colonizers would come to land, one of the first things they would do to the population was to take away the right to reunite and to sing together, to chant, to dance. That is how powerful this authentic expression, this self-expression, and doing it together is. Because when we take away this wild side of ourselves, this expressing the movement of life within us, we are cutting the connection to ourselves, to others, and to Earth. Andrea Gibson has this quote: "We have to create. It is the only thing louder than destruction." We spend so much time and energy in the visions of others, whether that is our job and companies, whether that is being a good citizen and our governments, whether that is the media and what they see today. But if you call it God, or Allah, or Yahweh, or the source, or the universe, or love, what is your authentic connection to it? What is your connection to Earth? What is your connection to your body that is able to breathe here and that is always creating something? By Dawn Setford, Creation. Her name is written on the screen. She protects the feathers. She is the president of the Indigenous Arts Collective and owner of Pass the Feather. Like all other artists I am quoting, they will be referred to in the description down below. It is important to consider that Creator is not a person, not a God, not one spirit. Creator is creation. It is what we learned from our spiritual teachers, the natural world. It was back in time before the people were made to change. It was when we were of good mind in relation to all things and each other. If you gather all the animals on Mother Earth, not forgetting one. If you gather all the birds, not forgetting one. If you gather all the fish, insects, and sliders, not forgetting one. If you gather all the plants and trees, not forgetting one. If you gather all the grasses, roots, and medicines, not forgetting one. If you gather all the berries and fruits, not forgetting one. If you gather all the corn, beans, and squash, not forgetting one. If you gather all the waters, streams, creeks, lakes, rains, ice, snows, ponds, puddles, clouds, fogs, and oceans, not forgetting one. If you gather all the winds from all four directions, north, east, south, and west, not forgetting one. If you gather our grandfathers, the thunder beings. If you call for our elder brother, the sun. If you call our grandmother, the moon. If you gather the stars, our ancestors. And then gather all of the people and stand together in a circle, with your feet touching Mother Earth, and take a deep breath, as much as your lungs can hold. You will have a sense of Creator. Only in the gathering of all living things will you find all the Spirit, and all the Spirit is Creator. So creating isn't about turning a blind eye to all of the massacres in the world and all of the destruction that is happening. It's actually taking notice of all the little small things that are moving towards the direction of life, that makes your heart smile, that makes you take a little step, because that's how we advance, and that's how in the darkest moments we actually go towards a place where it's warmer, where there's a little bit more light, and where it's a little less scary. And you can also say that the more you see the little workers of the world and you give value and you see how precious they are, then in turn you can also give yourself that value and see how precious you are. And that is the only way that you can actually witness and see another human being in that same way. Because if you don't feel it for yourself, you are not going to feel it for someone else. That is the hard truth. The big artists and crafts-humans of the little world, to find our place again in the cosmos and let Earth breathe, to be able to breathe. In this experience of being human, to recognize one's self-responsibility by letting every being have the space to be who they truly are, in all freedom and curiosity, freedom to authentically self-express. Each day, we feel united by the same passion for the art of the common, the little things that make this temporary human experience incredible. It is a question of creation. I was first created before I was able to breathe and in turn create. Like the water, the earth, the fire, the air. We are lovers of taste and flavors. We are passionates. We are an alliance of artists who like to enjoy by respecting the environment of self, of the other, and of all life that is part of the ecosystem. The artery is a human adventure to give, receive, create freely, and to love it. The more you are curious within yourself, who am I? Who was I? Who will I become? What are all the facets within me? The more you are not afraid of those parts, because being afraid means that you're going to repress or want to hide or judge. This curiosity that you cultivate within yourself is the curiosity that you can give another. You're going to get curious about someone else and not be afraid or want to reject them because you are judging them. Mikaela Loach gives this beautiful image of mycelium, the millions of their networks that grow underground, that grow from death and life, and communicate. We don't see them, yet one day we see this mushroom and might think it's a miracle. Climate action or any social movement change are that mushroom, in the sense that we see the win, the breakthrough, the event that brings change to millions of lives, or we see the failure and we think it's useless. But if one day something is possible, it's because of the mycelium work of people who didn't win, and maybe even thought that it was worthless, but kept on building network. The mushroom might not be seen in our lifetime, but it's worth it, and it's coming, and death is part of the process.